MLB offseason winners and losers, Yankees, Phillies, and Pete Alonso rumors. The MLB offseason is in full swing, with teams making moves to strengthen their rosters ahead of the 2025 season. As we approach the new year, several teams stand out as winners for their strategic acquisitions, while others are still facing questions. Here's a breakdown of the key teams and players making headlines this offseason. Winners: New York Yankees. The Yankees have made a series of shrewd moves, significantly improving their roster. After losing Aaron Judge in free agency, they surprisingly pivoted by acquiring Cody Bellinger, addressing their need for outfield depth and a left-handed power bat. Bellinger, available for a reasonable price, fills a significant void without much downside. The Yankees also added Paul Goldschmidt, though his aging profile raises questions. Even without Judge, the Yankees are poised to be a dominant force in the AL East, making them clear favorites to defend their pennant. Philadelphia Phillies. With a high payroll and limited flexibility, the Phillies targeted smaller yet impactful upgrades. The addition of Jesus Luzardo bolsters their pitching staff, while Max Kepler provides depth in the outfield, particularly to support Johan Rojas. While the bullpen remains a concern, the team has made moves to shore up weaknesses and remain a serious contender in the NL. Their overall depth is impressive, and they remain dangerous heading into 2025. Texas Rangers. As defending World Series champions, the Rangers are acting like it. They re-signed Nathan Eovaldi to a significant deal, providing stability to their rotation alongside Jacob deGrom, who is returning from injury. With Jake Burger and Jock Peterson adding power to the lineup and Kyle Higashioka strengthening the catching position, the Rangers' deep roster positions them to be a major threat in the AL again. Bounce-back seasons from outfielders like Evan Carter and Adolis Garcia could make them even more formidable. Still shopping. Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have been aggressive in their pursuit of top-tier talent, but so far, they've fallen short, notably missing out on Juan Soto. However, they've added Andrés Giménez through trade, which helps fill a crucial hole. Their next steps involve addressing the rotation and finding a third baseman. The Blue Jays need to make additional moves to capitalize on the limited window they have with stars Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette before their contracts run out. San Francisco Giants. The Giants were active early, securing Willie Adames to improve their infield with power and defense. They're now focused on adding Corbin Burnes, which could be a game-changer for their rotation. If they land Burnes, the Giants could be right in the mix with the other NL contenders, making their winter one to watch. Boston Red Sox. While not splurging on major free agents, the Red Sox have made smart moves, including acquiring Garrett Crochet to add credibility to their rotation. Walker Buehler could also be a key asset, and the team's prospect pool is full of potential breakouts. Boston's approach this offseason has been more measured, but the depth of their roster could make them a sleeper contender in 2025. Losers. Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles have been relatively quiet this offseason, making small moves like adding Tyler O'Neill and Tomoyuki Sagano, but failing to land any significant free agents or make a big trade. General manager Mike Elias has been cautious, but Orioles fans are growing impatient. With teams like the Rangers, Yankees, and Blue Jays bolstering their rosters, Baltimore risks falling behind unless they make a splash in the next couple of months. Los Angeles Dodgers. Despite signing Blake Snell and Michael Conforto, the Dodgers have questions surrounding their offseason. The absence of Teoscar Hernandez and a lack of major additions have left fans wondering if the team is truly ready to compete with the rising powers in the NL. The Dodgers are still a talented team, but they could use a few more impactful moves to solidify their status as World Series favorites. Atlanta Braves. The Braves' offseason has been relatively quiet, with a couple of notable departures including Max Fried and Travis d'Arnaud. They've yet to make any significant additions, and while they still have a strong core, their need for improvements across various positions remains pressing. GM Alex Anthopoulos is known for making strategic moves, so fans will be hoping for some action soon to keep pace with NL contenders. In limbo. San Diego Padres. After a disappointing 2024 season, the Padres have been eerily quiet this offseason, despite having needs in left field and DH. They haven't been able to find a suitable replacement. Their financial concerns, combined with competition from other top teams in the division, leave the Padres in a precarious position heading into 2025. Houston Astros. The Astros made a few moves, like trading for Kyle Tucker, but their roster is looking thinner compared to previous seasons. The departure of Alex Bregman and below-average production in the outfield means they'll need to make more additions if they want to compete in the AL West next year. The division is becoming more competitive, and the Astros could struggle to maintain their dominance unless they address some holes. Pete Alonso's uncertain future. Pete Alonso, one of the most prolific power hitters in MLB, has found himself in trade rumors throughout the offseason. Despite multiple seasons of 40-plus home runs, Alonso's future with the New York Mets remains uncertain. There hasn't been a major bidding war for his services yet, though that could change as teams look for power bats in the coming months. The Mets may still re-sign him, but the lack of interest from other teams raises questions about his market value. A move before spring training seems likely, and it will be fascinating to see which contender steps up to secure his services.